and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be looking at issue 2 of Blackcat, and I've got to admit this one's actually not too bad. So I generally really like the premise of the story. We have the Null who attacked, and it's basically like there's loads of symbionts flying everywhere, and they're taking over people, etc, etc. And this story is really kind of cool. So if you like this sort of content and you want to see more, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, as well as that cheeky notification bell to be notified when more videos drop. Let's jump straight into it. So this carries on from previously, where Stephen Strange has been kind of captured by the symbiote, and it looks like everything's going around him, and he's being slowly turned into the symbiote version of him. Felicia and her crew are pretty much going over to try and save him, because that is the biggest heist that they have, and they want to kind of take over and grab him and bring him out and save the world effectively. So this is kind of a way where they introduce other characters, Stephen Strange's best friend, and I think it was Eddie Brock's best friend, and how he was making anti-venom and stuff like that, so which is the white version, which is kind of cool. And it kind of goes on a lot of how, at the very beginning, how they're going to do the heist, how they're going to take over, what they need, and how they're going to do it. And I love it. The artwork is really kind of decent, and for the main majority of it, they explain what's going on. They kind of execute it very well. And I love the fact that Felicia's with a beagle, and it's a ghost dog, and it's like, oh, you a happy boy? He's like, I'm a good boy, and how the dog's going to help, etc, etc, and it's attached to Felicia, and they're using a weapon where they're going to use anti-venom to kind of save. So Felicia has her own suit, which we kind of see. It's not what I kind of expected at the very beginning, but we see that it does have its kind of usage. So we see that Felicia is also using a Green Goblin glider. I don't want to say hobgoblin, but we see that Felicia is using a glider which she's never used before, or she's excited to kind of use it. And just looking at it, like her just flying about, it seems like she's having a lot of fun, and I generally like that. Like, I love seeing how she is reacting to it. As soon as she gets this big ball of symbiote everywhere, she kind of activates her suit, which anti-venom kind of goes around her, and she kind of gets in. But the thing is, with the venom symbiote, it's kind of having an effect on the anti-venom one, saying like it's not succumbing to the others, but it's kind of weakening over time. And I generally kind of thought, oh, it's so cool, but I kind of really wanted it to last like a while. I also kind of wish that she got her own version, so it would kind of change, like go around her, but it would kind of adapt to her not to look like Spider-Man a little bit, but I'm guessing that's exactly what it's meant to be. But it looks cool nonetheless. I really kind of like it. I love her eyes in it, where she's like literally being like, I'm coming to get you type thing. I love the fact that the dog, the ghost dog, has found Strange and is basically trying to kind of like bring her to him, and that's the main thing. So we see that Strange has been taken over. He's kind of, what I'm guessing, in a sort of sleep. So he's not going to succumb to it much, but he's in that sleep mode where he's trying to conserve his power. But yeah, it feels like the symbiote's kind of like draining him or something like that. I love the way that Felicia and her symbiote isn't like, it's not lasting for very long, but it's long enough. It's just such a really kind of cool one. And then automatically they put another one on Strange, so therefore he gets it, so the kind of symbiote breaks free and like lets him kind of go, but he's still knocked out, still completely and utterly knocked out. They escape and they land in the spider car. It's so weird, it's a spider car, and they kind of escape. They're getting chased by these demons that we've seen previously in the last issue, and Felicia is trying to kind of use certain things to destroy them, to kind of get away from a lot of stuff. And I was like, oh, okay, I see what you're doing here. I see what you're doing. It's just wholeheartedly a really, really good story. And it feels like that they're trying to kind of like bump it out a bit, which I'm okay with. So in this one, they still do the whole thing of like the car can use webs and stuff and shoots about, which again, I completely forgot that a spider car could do that. So they web sling around the buildings and they drive as fast as they can to avoid being hit by these kind of like new creatures or symbiote creatures, which again is a nice thing. Keep saying it's nice, don't know why. It's been a while. So in the kind of end, Stephen Strange isn't waking up whatsoever. So they arrive near his sanctuary. We're going to give this item from Asgard to kind of help Doctor Strange, but in the end Felicia uses it to kind of make a Valkyrie version of her. And I literally, as soon as I saw this picture, I was just like, oh my god, what the hell? How can you even get even hotter than normal? Like, it is just the power, the authority that she's got, the way that she stands there. And you can tell in the kind of text that they're using, it's going to be stuff like, I am like, oh ye of Odin, you know, I have this power. So I cannot wait for Felicia to use it, because the way that she's standing there, all powerful, and it's just like, damn, how? That's just so cool. So this entire issue leads up to this, and I'm hoping a big, massive fight kicks off. I can't wait for this month's issue, because it's in February. This came out a few weeks ago in January, so February's issue is going to be off the hook. I generally cannot wait for this. I feel like with Blackcat that they don't use her a lot in comics, that I know of anyway, but seeing her get this kind of new ability, this power that will last for a while, because I'm guessing she'll give it over to Strange later. But I generally am really enjoying this entire comic book. The artwork is great. There's a nice story through it, and I love the way that Felicia is kind of like, she loves her crew, so therefore, you know, she'll do anything for them. So I generally am enjoying this. I think this is like one of the better ones that we've seen so far. But I'm really enjoying it. I think it's good. I can't wait for the next issue. So I am going to leave it there. What are your thoughts? I feel like I've not reviewed this like well enough. But it's very kind of from one point from A to C, so there's not a lot to it. The part where she gets anti-venom, she goes off to save Strange. Strange is asleep, therefore she becomes this Asgardian Blackcat, and that's the main parts of it. There's not a lot in it. But I generally am enjoying this story so far. I cannot wait for the next one. So I'm going to leave it there. Are you following this? Have you got any of the others? Let me know down below in the comments. And if you like the sort of content and you want to see more, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, as well as that cheeky notification bell to be notified when more videos drop. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video.
チャンネルをサポートしてくれてありがとうございます。チャンネル登録、高評価お願いします。